Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people only above the age of 14, welcome to my home. I'm home after traveling through many states that has the freaking coronavirus, so yay, question mark. I feel fine other than clogged sinus, which by the way is not a sign of this COVID-19. So, but anyways, long story short, as soon as I get home from traveling from Ohio, I hear reports that Ohio has a large amount of people with the virus. Anyways, so all that aside, though, I'm home. My work has essentially canceled the next couple months worth of work other than some stuff here in town. Long story short, I'm home. I need to go grocery shopping. That shouldn't be bad, right? Clearly, there's plenty of. We're America. There's plenty of supplies at grocery stores. Let's find out together. So I just went to one of the stores nearby, the usual place I go to. First thing I noticed, there's a lot of produce missing. Various apples, potatoes are completely gone. Literally, the bags of potatoes completely gone. And I noticed that the individual ones are still pretty plentiful. So I was looking around for a bag, and while I was doing that, there was a lady who had many bags, the produce bags, and she was literally filling up, again, 5-6 of these bags, and they were gone. So all the potatoes after her gone. Now, admittedly, that's a good staple food. If you have to be locked up for a couple days, potatoes can become taters, fries, by the way. It could go in stew, etc., etc. So I instead got me some little red potatoes. Because again, I'm doing my normal grocery shoppings. I'm not buying to prepare to be in for weeks at a time, even though I do have enough food, roughly, to do so. Jalapenos and some other peppers were actually being all bought up too. But again, that's the cooking style of Arizona. So I actually got what was the last 2% bottle, the usual bottle I get of milk. Rightfully so. Flour was pretty devastated, but that makes sense. That's a staple food, blah, blah, blah. And again, some of this is panic buying, some of it isn't. Flour, potatoes, produce makes sense if you're going to be in for a long time. Potatoes heat for a while. You can use them multiple purposes. Flour is kind of the catch-all you can make a lot of stuff with. And then, of course, canned goods were just ransacked, various ones. And then ramen, gone. So, again, ramen lasts forever. It's not healthy, not good for you, especially if you're fighting something. But apparently people use this excuse to buy. Then again, what? $1 gets you 1,000, so. Pasta, again, gone. Hamburger helper, gone. And again, Gatorade water was heavily hit. I mean, it was just completely ransacked. And of course, the obligated, completely and utterly decimated, gone row of toilet paper and regular paper. But again, I could buy some toilet paper. I am down to my last roll in my bathroom. The guest bathroom luckily has a couple spare in it. And again, it's just me. So short of any kind of stomach flu or anything like that, I'll be good for a month or so. Hopefully when things get back to some normality, but we'll see. I mean, if it has to, I can start washing, and also I still have regular, rough, brawny paper towel. Not advised. Matter of fact, Brawny actually released a statement about that, I think. Hold on. So, yeah, Brawny released a statement here. We have received many questions and comments from consumers over the last few days wondering if they can use Brawny products as toilet paper replacement. While we completely understand the challenges you might be facing to find toilet paper in stores and online right now, we do not recommend using Brawny, as I mispronounce it, as paper qualified. Our sister, yeah, see, again, don't use ours. Use the other stuff we're selling. Anyways, but yeah. I mean, if it comes to it, I guess I have water. And actually, what surprised me was laundry soap was also completely sold out. I don't understand that as much. Again, if you're stuck, I mean, I have laundry soap. I wash clothes once or twice a week, if that. Why do I need a stockpile laundry soap? Bleach. Okay, bleach I'll give you. That makes sense. You know, you're cleaning a lot of stuff, disinfecting. Just don't use it on your hands. As someone that used to clean with the stuff, don't do it. Oddly enough, Oreos and other cookies, not a heavy buyer. I would have bet that. But again, Gatorade's water completely decimated, and also diapers. Something else I didn't think. So basically everything involving the butt completely sold out. Like I said, there's panic here and there's reasonable buying. Both are happening. The bleach makes sense. The potatoes make sense. Again, for those that fear they may be quarantined for 2 weeks, you can stretch out pasta in many meals. You can stretch out potatoes in many meals. Flour, again, is a nice ingredient that covers a lot of bases. Again, Bisquick would have been my goal because flour is nice, but Bisquick has a bit more flexibility and you have to do less cooking with it, especially if you're suffering from something. But toilet paper, you're going to be quarantined at worst a couple weeks. That's a roll or so. But again, single guy by myself. So, I don't know. A family might need more, but again, this seems, again, the toilet paper is what everyone's fixating on because, again, it's weird. Why? It's unnecessary. Food, that's fine. That's needed. You'll be by yourself for a couple weeks. Again, water, okay, yes. Maybe, again, there's a line between you worrying about being quarantined for 2 weeks and society as a whole collapsing. Now, again, some of that is because of our piss poor response from our government so far, mainly one official. But, again, there is a fine line here. It's good to panic. Again, wash your damn hands, social distance, etc., etc. If you feel sick, stay home, which is, again, easy for me to say. My work essentially just lost 2 months worth of work. We're fine. I'm still on salary. I still have all my benefits, etc., etc. The people I work with who are freelancers are kind of fucked because their work is based on actual working. So we're trying to find something for them. And also my boss is trying to find a couple of jobs here and there for me, again, to keep me employed as well. But again, it's easy for me to say, take time off. And again, there's a whole nother conversation about everything revolving around this. But let's keep this simple. Don't panic, buy things you don't need. Because again, there's that classic picture now of that poor lady who can't find any soap. She's the one that needs it desperately. Everyone over the age of 50, higher risk, 70, even higher risk. Like I said, my main concern when traveling isn't the coronavirus. I'll be fine. Sure, I have a heart problem. I have a slight, maybe, increased risk when I get it, if I get it, etc., etc. But as I don't care. Like most things in life, I don't care about myself. I worry about others. Mainly, my father. He has a compromised immune system. He's battling stage 4 cancer right now. So he's on immune suppressives. And he's in his 60s. So if he gets it, it's a whole nother deal. The same with, I worked with someone this last trip, and I'm worried when I met her because, again, she lives, or her parents rather, live with her. She moved them from where they grew up to Phoenix here because he was sick. And she's on the road like me, working the same job essentially. And she, as I am, nervous about getting it and then passing it on to those who are more vulnerable. And again, I'm worried every time just before meeting her about every ache. Is this symptom? Is this happening? And I don't want to be near her because, again, I'm worried for my friend and her family. I'm worried about passing on to everyone. I'll be fine. I don't care. I mean, I don't count. A very optimistic thing of me to say. But, like always, I care less about me and care more about others. I worry about spreading it. Because, again, most of the population, well, depending on how you count stuff, is going to be fine. But once it gets to the point where it's commonly spreading among everyone, the elderly will be the one that has to be quarantined to prevent them from catching it. Because at some point, we may exhaust our current capabilities for healthcare in this system. Again, I work with doctors. I'm not an expert. I'm not bragging about that. But the reason my job suddenly stopped is the doctors don't want to travel. They don't want to get together in groups. They, before all these other people, started canceling stuff, stopped all their meetings. They knew this would be bad, and again, they've been telling other people this. Some won't listen, but now I think it's finally getting through people's head, especially with the NBA being the giant one. That was the first domino that got people's attention. Now, admittedly, there was other ones before that, but that was the biggest, shiniest, oh fuck moment. So, and I don't know, I'm just ranting, raving. I just wanted to see, again, was it really that bad at my grocery store? And it was fairly okay. It was, I mean, again, there was rational buying, irrational buying. So it was a little bit of A, a little bit of B. I could actually redo that, but fuck it, I'm not a professional. Who needs to take a second take? Just have the burp be there. It's real, like this is. Because again, yes, we may be over worrying or overhyping this, but that's better than not taking this seriously. Let me say this. Be safe. You feel sick, stay home, wash your hands, regardless of if there's a epic pandemic happening. Epic pandemic? Bad choice of words. But if there's a giant pandemic happening, regardless of if it isn't, wash your hands. It's a good habit to get into. Again, as someone that works in a medical field, we wash our hands a lot. But actually, I washed my hands too much. I was in a cold environment using a lot of hand sanitizers. Again, they're in a hospital, so you just use them a lot. And apparently I overdried my skin to the point where it was bleeding the back of my hands. So had to lotion it up for a couple days. Still dry, and I still need to lotion them up. But yeah, no, it's definitely wash your hands with water and soap more than you do sanitizer. Sanitizers are good bridges and quick fixes, but nothing as good as a good scrub. So anyways, but yeah, wash your hands, feel sick, stay home, etc., etc., etc. Because this isn't bad, but we're trying to prevent it from becoming bad. So, anywho, I'm no expert. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about most of the time, especially when it comes to this. I'll have some links down below if anyone's actually listening to this. Man, this was just, again, it was just going to be a short video, but now here it is, however minutes long, depending on how much of this I edit in and out of it. Again, I didn't shoot as much footage as I should have, so. Oh well. Nothing else. Here's me badly singing while it rains in the sunshine. I want to know, have you ever seen the rain falling down a sunny day? Yeah! Anyways.